Hey, good afternoon, Pirate family. I just want to welcome you guys to the 23-24 school year. My name is Joseph Milms, and I am honored to be the principal of Crandall High School this year. It's a blessing to be a part of the CISD team. You guys have a great community, a great school district that is focused on growing your students, and I'm really excited to be a part of that adventure and that journey. So, I wanted to welcome you guys. Tomorrow's the big day. Sent out an email earlier this morning, but I wanted to make sure got a little bit of face-to-face time so that we could be on the same page. And if you didn't have time to read that email, I wanted to make sure I sent you guys a video. Again, welcome you and telling you how excited we are to have your students back on campus. Guys, we are committed to growing your students. We're committed to having a great and excellent year. You guys had a really strong year last year, and now we are trying to step up our game even better. So we want to have a good time. We want to grow your students and have academic success, but we also want to teach to the holistic student, meaning that we want to make your student better in all facets to make them more productive, more set up for success in their future, and to make them more future ready. So we're excited to do that. I'm excited to be a part of the team. There's a lot of new faces around here, so they're all excited. Been working really hard to prepare for this upcoming school year. So with that being said, I do want to cover a couple of things to make sure that we're all on the same page as we get ready to open our doors tomorrow and welcome you guys back. I want to make sure you guys are set up for success, and in doing so, we just want to communicate some of the changes that are occurring. So with that being said, let's get started with our first thing, dress code. So the dress code has changed a little bit. And so the first thing is that students will now be allowed to wear jeans as long as they are blue or black. They may wear jeans. They may not have holes, rips, tears, frays like that. They must be nice, put together blue or black jeans. Another big change in the dress code, students will no longer be allowed to wear hoodies to school at all. And so, if your student has a shirt or a sweatshirt or a jacket that has a hoodie, he will not be allowed to wear that on the bus or on the property. So, don't even bring that to school. Just go ahead and get that taken care of right away. For the most part, the remainder of the dress code will remain the same. You know, t-shirts have to be Crandall ISD Spirit shirts. You may wear a variety of blouses, button-up shirts, and collared shirts. Um, I know that a lot of students ask about Crocs. Crocs are going to be okay as long as they're in sport mode, meaning the strap goes around their ankle. Facial piercings are not allowed. Earrings are allowed, but nose rings, septum rings, eyebrow piercings, any other kind of piercings that are outside of earrings will not be allowed. And then another big one is hair color. Hair color must be a natural color hair, so please make sure that's taken care of as well. Guys, it's very important that we jump on top of this right away. We don't want dress code to be an issue. We don't want dress code to be a factor that slows down our growth process. We don't want it to be a factor that deters or ruins anybody's day. And so, with that being said, we're going to jump on dress code from day one. So, tomorrow, when you guys walk in the building, we will expect your students to be in dress code. All right, safety is a top priority this year, and so the reason that's important is because there's a few changes that'll be taking place as it relates to safety, and really it's just more of an enforcement issue. So we have a whole bunch of doors on this campus, and so like most high school students, oftentimes try to do the right thing, and they let their friends in the door, they let other staff members in the door. But right now, with the dangerous world that we could possibly live in, we want to make sure that we have no issues with any kind of safety or security. And so, with that being said, there will not be allowed, students will not be allowed, or staff, to open doors for anybody. Even if you have an ID, you just never know. And so, we will be monitoring our doors very closely. Every one of our doors is in with camera view, and if we find out that a student opens a door for another student or a staff member, even if it is harmless, because of the importance of safety, we will have to issue some consequences as it relates to that. We just want our staff and students that are in the building to feel safe and comfortable. We want you as parents at home knowing that we are doing everything we can to make sure your child is safe and protected while at school. So again, the best thing to do is not even open the door for anybody, including myself. And so, with that being said, it's also important to note that students will not be allowed to order DoorDash or Uber Eats. If they come up for whatever reason, they will be turned away. So please make sure not to do that because that's just losing your student or your money. They will not be allowed to do that. Parents, you're more than welcome to bring your students lunch during lunch hours. Just come up to the office, put their name on it, and we'll get it to them. We hate to do that, but again, we can't make sure that our school is fully secure when we have random people bringing food into our building at all times. So, and then the last thing that having to deal with safeties is students will be issued IDs the first day of school and during navigation period. Once they get their IDs, they'll need to make sure that they wear those visibly at all times on their person. And again, we'll talk to the students about this as well. But the big change with that's not a change, that's always been there. But the big change with that is going to be the fact that when a student attends an extracurricular activity this year, they must have their hard copy ID. They must have the hard copy ID on them in order to get into that event. No longer are we going to allow students to prove that they're students by throwing it on Skyward or whatever the case was in the past, because I know that's something that's come up before. Also, in that same sense, if a student is bringing a friend to the game that might have gone to another school like Midlothian or whatever the case is, have that student bring their ID as well. We again want to ensure that we know who's in our facilities at all time. All right, so finally, we will also be following the code of conduct to a T as it relates to cell phone usage in the campus. If you look at the code of conduct, there's a small blurb in there that basically states that cell phone usage at school will be prohibited, meaning that they won't be allowed to use that. Now, it's been something that over the years, a lot of campuses and districts have disregarded and let students kind of use cell phones at their discretion of their teachers and whatnot. But we are going to go ahead and remove that completely from the classroom. What we've noticed is over the last couple of years, the cell phones have become quite the distraction. We've seen students FaceTiming in class. We've seen students watching TV in class. We've seen students take phone calls in class, all while the teacher is trying to instruct. Again, we're here to make sure that we get your students the highest possible academic achievement, set them up for future success, and prepare them for the world that's coming to them. And so, with that being said, we will no longer allow students to use cell phones inside the classroom setting. They will still be allowed to use cell phones in the common areas, such as the passing periods, at lunch, before and after school, but they just won't be allowed to access their cell phone during class. We are asking our students as they walk into the door of their classrooms, they put their phones away, they keep them away the entire period. If they get caught with the phone per the code of conduct, it may be taken up and there may be a $15 fine assessed. So just something to think about as you warn your students and kind of encourage them not to be on their cell phones. It's not necessary. You know, our teachers generally will teach the whole period and not need to be on their cell phones either. You know, when I'm in meetings with parents and stuff, I don't get on cell phones either. So really, it's not a big deal. We are a one-to-one campus, so those students will have all the technology they need in order to be successful in the classroom. So all that being said, guys, I know these changes seem like a big deal, and for some of the students they will be a big deal, but they really aren't in the grand scheme of things. You have to understand that Crandall ISD, Crandall High School, is dedicated and committed to the success of your student. And so all of these changes are designed and geared towards improving your student so that they can have a great 2023-2024 school year. We're really excited about the upcoming year. We have done a ton of things. We've hired some awesome teachers. We've got some great veteran teachers coming back to help lead our campus. We've got some great things planned for the senior class. We've got great things planned to transition the freshman class as the freshman campus has become part of the high school campus, and we're all under one roof, or not one roof, excuse me, we're under two campuses, but we're all under one umbrella of Crandall High School CHS. So we're very excited for that transition as well. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this is one of the best school districts in the state of Texas without question. In order to make that happen, all of us have to work together. The school district has to work with the parents and the students. And if we all work together, we're going to have a fantastic year. And we're excited in what we can do and what we can accomplish. Our campus leadership truly believes in your student. Our district leadership truly believes in your student, and we are dedicated to the success of your students. Guys, if you ever need anything, again, my name is Joseph Melms. Please feel free to give us a call up here at the campus. We're here to support you, and we're here to support your students at all costs. Again, super excited to be a Pirate and looking forward to a great school year. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.